Well, good morning or afternoon to you, depending on your time zone. I'd like to welcome you to the Attribution in Action webinar brought to you by S Media. My name is Terry Bell, Product Marketing Specialist. This is part 2 in our Attribution in Action webinar series. Today, we're going to share some insights on data quality and continuity and take a tour of our attribution platform, DataSherpa. Now, if you have any questions or would like to dig deeper into any of the topics, please submit a question. We'll address it at the end of the presentation in our Q&A session. This session will be recorded and a link provided to all of you. So let's dig in and take a look at our agenda. So looking at data quality and continuity, we're going to get into website tagging and why that matters to dealership. What's the importance of really looking at that? And an analytics audit. If you're going to do attribution or reporting, you really need to build a strong foundation. And then being GA for it, ready, what that means to your dealership. And then, of course, followed up with the big show, the brief highlights tour of DataSherpa and a Q&A session as well. So our featured speaker here today is Jarrett Emsley, our Chief Technology Officer. Welcome, Jarrett.
Thank you, Terry. Really excited to be here and show off some of the hard work that our development team has been working on over the last year. And hopefully everyone in attendance gets a lot of value and sees how DataSherpa can effectively help your business.
Awesome. So anyone that attended our previous webinar will recognize this. It's a simple question. Was our marketing campaign profitable or not? And, this is one of the questions an attribution platform can help you answer. But there's a lot of reasons to actually use an attribution platform. You might want to hold your vendors accountable. That's always a good one. Cut expenditures, improve profitability, improve your conversions, improve your website experience for the customer, outperform your competitors, and save a lot of time on compiling reports. So there are 3 essentials of effective data within a data strategy: quality, continuity, and relevancy. Now, we really focused on relevancy in our first installment of this series. Today, we're going to talk about the quality and continuity, making sure that data comes from, it's clean, it comes from a source of truth, and that it's consistent and reliable. Now, when you look at the way that data flows into your dealership, it really goes from collection to analysis to action. So the website traffic comes in, you've got your tags tracking this activity, it flows into your analytics and any custom metrics that you might have set up for tracking purposes. And then you do your analysis, might be vendor reports in a dashboard or in an attribution platform of some kind. And then it comes time to take action. You might adjust your spends, change your vendors, change up your campaigns, your call to actions, or maybe even make changes to your inventory based on that information and analysis that you have. But that's all really built upon a foundation of having clean data. And Jarrett, take us there.
Yeah, you bet. So at S Media, we really focus on building a strong foundation through analytics. And really what that means is we like to take a 3-step approach. So our 3-step approach would be utilizing potential audits to uncover any potential shortcomings and really focus on how do we identify those shortcomings and move your data quality and foundation to follow best standards. So when you think about, dashboards or attribution suites, we need to ensure that we've got accurate and continual data flowing through. So really what we like to focus on is just ensuring all the data that we're utilizing is clean and has the ability to provide business-ready actions.
So S Media has conducted hundreds of performance audits to evaluate the size of the problem. We looked at tags and pixels and website performance that impact SEO scoring. These metrics can not only impact your customer experience, but how search engines rank your website. So Jarrett, we did a whole pile of these. Can you explain what some of those results looked like?
Yeah, you bet. So as I mentioned before, with our DataSherpa platform, we try to take a 3-step approach. So kind of that crawl, walk, run approach. Part of that crawling is utilizing our audits. And what we found is anything with regards to measurement, we need to focus on just ensuring that that we're following best practices. And what we're finding with regards to measurement is a lot of dealerships are taking that set and forget mentality with regards to how we're tagging our website. We bring on vendor A, we bring on vendor B, but we aren't continually evaluating the tags that are installed on our site. So just ensuring, we're doing continual audits of the tags that are available on the site to make sure that those aren't affecting the performance of our website experience as well. So I'll pass it off to you there, Terry. Oh. So for some of these best practices here, some of the things we really want to highlight is we want to ensure that we do not have duplicate tags. So what happens when we have duplicate tags on a website? Those can create some different anomalies, like, things we've seen in digital marketing all the time: 100% bounce rate, 0% bounce rate. A lot of the performance metrics that we typically look at will have a skew. We want to ensure that all the tags that are installed on our websites have a purpose. So really, what does that look like? I talked a little bit before about, whether that's on a monthly or a quarterly basis, really evaluating what tags are installed and why are they installed. Some of the best practices we like to promote as well is utilizing container systems like Google Tag Manager. The beauty of utilizing Google Tag Manager, or GTM, the acronym, is it allows you to cut out the dependencies of the web provider. So once that container is installed, it allows marketing managers themselves to install external tags on the fly. And one of the recommendations we always like to make as well is own your tag manager, own your Google Tag Manager. That allows you to install third-party vendor tags so we don't have to put in support tickets to our web providers. Some of the best practices we've seen, if you want to control your own measurement and you're utilizing third-party vendors, you could potentially have two containers. Have one for your internal and have one for your vendors. So it allows you to segment and differentiate between. So passing it up to you there, Terry.
So if you're interested in doing a health check on the tags on your site, we've consolidated the best analysis into an automated audit, complete with instructions to help improve your score. So if you're interested in that audit, it's free. Just email us here at sales@smedia.ca, and we'll hook you up with that audit.
Awesome. So moving on to your website and analytics, there are dozens of settings and metrics to investigate. Really, we don't have time to go through them all, but some of those are listed on the screen here. So really what we try to look at is the data that is flowing in. Is it clean? Is it business ready? Do we have a proper measurement and goal strategy? Are we using the native integrations that are available to us from a variety of the different advertising platforms? And are we using proper tracking as well? So deploying that basically allows us to align not our desired outcomes with our reporting that we're trying to accomplish.
So to do a website and analytics audit is actually a quite involved process. Typically it's manual, takes many hours, and can be quite pricey. But Jarrett's development team really excelled in putting together an automated audit that goes through the website analytics and really finds all these challenges and problems that need to be addressed in a very quick, efficient way. So if you're interested in getting one of these audits, they're very affordable. They're only $99. You can contact us at sales@smedia.ca, and we'll hook you up with one of those.
Awesome. So Google Analytics 4, we've talked about it lots. I'm sure we've all heard it through our vendors and through all of our digital marketing collateral that we receive on a daily basis. So what is S-Media doing about it? Really, all of our S-Media customers will be transitioned to Google Analytics 4 at no cost. All of our reporting suites, so our performance dashboard, our DataSherpa platform, are all GA4 ready. So when we do make that transition, we are able to then consume the data from the GA4 instance. On the side of Universal Analytics, it's really important to note that when they do make that transition, Google Analytics is not a data management platform. So just for everyone's knowledge, we will be, for all of our customers, we do back up the Universal Analytics data. So when we talk about continuity, that's very important. We back that data up so that all the time series data that you have been collecting doesn't go under the radar, and you can utilize that for future purposes.
Now let's dive in. Let's take a walkthrough of DataSherpa. Jarrett will be our guide.
Awesome, the fun part. let's jump in here. So with DataSherpa, we've really tried to give the reins to our dealership clients in the ability to segment the data and really categorize their attribution and their conversions data by department, but also trying to understand, what conversions are happening on the website. So I'll start off with the boring part around settings. So settings, where we really try to dive in here is we give the dealership clients the ability to jump in. Once we configure your conversion goals in analytics, we pipe that into the platform. In the platform, that gives dealerships the ability to say, is this specific conversion, is it a sales initiative or is it a sales department initiative? Is it a service-based initiative, parts? And then on the subsequent side, we also allow you to identify, is that a hard conversion or is that a soft conversion? So when you're creating that segment for yourself, typically those soft conversions are going to be top of the funnel to mid-funnel engagements. So really are surrounded more around engagement style data. When we get into the hard conversions, those are going to be the conversions that are closest point to your sale. So when we jump into the platform, DataSherpa has two aspects. So we've got an attribution component, which we've got a full conversion overview, really, and then we can dive into channel performance, source medium performance, campaign performance, and then jumping into the attribution models. And then we also have a VIN performance reporting aspect as well, which gives you those VIN specific insights. So I'll start off with the attribution components. So when we jump in here, I'll sign in. When I jump into attribution, the conversion overview page really gives you that overview of those micro conversions that are happening on the website. So starting off, the platform gives you the ability to select which conversions you're wanting to really isolate and look at. So those are segmented by your hard and your soft conversions here, and you'll be able to select individual conversions that you want to look at. What the report allows you to do is understand, which hard and soft conversions are happening by department, an overall look at your total conversions. And some of the more important metrics to look at here too is when we're looking at specific conversions, this allows us to understand the conversion path length. So how many digital touch points did a user have before making that conversion? So that really allows us to fine tune and dive into specific aspects and potential points of friction within our digital or website experience. We also like to look at assisted conversions. So that allows us to understand, what channels are also driving in assisting to get to those final conversions. As we go into channel performance, as mentioned, you can self-prescribe which of the conversions make up your sales, parts, and service initiatives. And what these will allow you to do is see what specific channels are driving those micro conversions. We also allow you to see, what channels are making up for the assists, and also understanding, which channels and do they have an assisting portion of the journey? Do they have a final conversion interaction, or is it a consolidated effort? So that would be on channel. Going down to the next level would be that source medium level. So understanding which source mediums are driving the engagements that we're trying to measure. So this gives you that bird's eye view and to look into this. The one thing I will highlight is this brings in all of your data. All the data that is in this platform is exportable. So if you want to take it offline and share with any stakeholders, this gives you the ability to do so as well. And then jumping into campaign performance, getting to that last layer of the advertising space. So jumping in, what campaigns are driving the micro conversions that we're tracking? So really understanding that on a hard and a soft conversion level. Jumping in, the last portion of the attribution space would be which channels are driving. So we have 6 different attribution models that we utilize. We have a single touch point attribution models, and we have multi-touch point. So really allowing you to understand which channels are driving specific portions of the customer journey. So utilizing the different models there. To jump in, we also have an acquisition overview. The acquisition overview utilizes our scraper technology, so we do not have any dependencies on a DMS system. So we scrape the website about every 4 hours to be able to give you these type of insights. And what this allows you to do is understand, how many inventory units are being viewed on the website, giving that segment between new and used, and really jumping in to give you insights into things like your sales cycle length, how many average VDP views are happening per vehicle, how much is one of those VDP views costing me? And really the important aspects here is, aggregating all that spend into one place across all of your channels and understanding how much am I paying for one of these conversions and how much is my cost per sale. So some of these sales numbers, what you'll notice is these are coming directly from a native integration with our CRM, with the dealership CRM. So that will allow you to kind of understand how much are we paying per sale. And then what we do is we try to help you understand across a variety of different channels, how much are each of these channels influencing each of your guys' sales overall. When you jump in, we talked a little bit about the VIN performance reporting. So what this does is this brings in all of your inventory and allows you to understand which inventory units are eating up your spend. So what this does is this is going to aggregate all your spend and tell you how much am I spending on individual units? So am I overspending? Am I underspending? Where do I need to focus on specific inventory units? Really allows you to understand the conversions by vehicle and also how much time are users spending on those specific VDPs. We give you the ability as well to really dive into here on source medium. This will give you the ability to say, hey, I want to look at just Google. How much am I spending on specific bins on each of the individual platforms? So we give you the ability to do that. We've got some really nice advanced filtering features that a lot will be familiar with utilizing a tool like Google Analytics, where you can choose your metric, your operator, and produce a value. So this is really nice if you want to get really granular with the insights that we're trying to capture. And then the last page here would be our vendor performance. So this is going to bring in the spend by source medium. It's going to allow you to understand, how much is my cost per sale by each source medium? How much is my cost per VDP? And what is the average time on page that each of these sources are bringing? So it gives you that real true deep dive into, my ROI and allowing you to really double down on what's working and potentially pull those levers around where we need to go. Along the bottom as well, we have those breakdowns of VDP per car make and really helping you understand how that mix works as well with your inventory. So that's a quick overview there, Terry. If we want to open it up for some questions, I would love to jump in.
Sure. Yeah. And I just want to mention one thing. Anyone that was looking at the data there, you might have seen some weird numbers on price. That's just sample data pushed into a test site. We obviously don't want to reveal any actual information from any of our active customers. So it's just sample data that you were seeing there. Also wanted to mention that our DataSherpa is more than just an attribution platform, that we do that audit and an implementation prior to setting up DataSherpa. That implementation is really a big part of that, is finding all those data cleanliness issues that might exist, and then customizing specifically what you want to be tracking within DataSherpa. So you have specific goals that you need to accomplish as a dealership, and you have specific conversions and metrics that you want to track. This isn't cookie cutter. We're not going to give you a whole bunch of random stuff that we decided was important. You get to decide what is important. It's part of that implementation process. And then on a monthly basis, we do updates to those goals and conversions. So you can update one of those goals every month, which really allows you to change your data strategy up. A call to action is not working for you. You want to try something new, change it up. That's included in the service. There's no additional cost to that. It's just how we do it. So yeah, let's open it up to some questions. First one here: how would you practically use this platform? What are some use cases?
Yeah, you bet. So some of the use cases we're utilizing is identifying specific third parties. So if your DataSherpa is really about evaluating your overall website performance. So if you're channeling, a lot of the times with third party listing sites, what we see is, we produced, say, 35 leads for your dealership. But with a lot of the third-party listing sites, those are specific to on their platforms. So we're looking at that transition from listing sites all the way into your website experience. We also allow you to really filter a lot of the use cases we've been noticing is it's really important to understand, I like to call them unicorn vehicles. So when we're looking at, the VIN performance, it allows you to really understand, what specific vehicles are overspending. It's really great for acquisition too. Say you're potentially got a trade coming in. You can jump into this platform. It allows you to look at your sold data, but also the vehicles that are still listed, and really help you strategize around, how much did it cost to market that specific unit to get it off the lot and really move the metal. A lot of the advanced filters, as well as we allow you to look at things like your age on web as well. So really trying to understand the units that are potentially aging, how much marketing dollars have we put in there? And it's really about just really measuring at a high level and not allowing things to get away on us. And also focus on the units that aren't getting the love. Marketing is about exposure. So we want to allow you to slice and dice and jump into that as well. So
we have had some dealerships using DataSherpa that have identified some third-party providers that they didn't feel were providing a lot of value, and DataSherpa was able to identify to confirm that that was the case. They cut that vendor, it saved $3,500 a month, and saw no reduction in vehicles sold or in quality leads. And now we're embarking on the next step of that, is evaluating some of those other areas, other third parties, where again, the dealership feels like the value isn't there, and where can they maybe move some of that budget to get more out of the money that they're spending and still be able to reduce a little bit of budget as well. So we'll be releasing several use cases on the way that DataSherpa has been used to really help dealerships zero in on some of the cost savings they can get.
Yeah, it's all about validation. There's an old saying that's 50% of my marketing's working. I'm just not sure which 50%. And it's really helping you to validate, really allows you to test, right? Without, this DataSherpa, really the focus of it is marrying that offline CRM data with your marketing efforts. So it allows you to understand, Google's got a concept called the messy middle. It's not about a marketing funnel anymore. Google tries to explain the concept of getting users into, they call it the messy middle, between evaluation and exploration. So this allows you to understand what micro conversions are getting customers into there, and how do we shorten that click path? How do we improve our optimization of our website to allow users to convert? So it also allows you to understand your website experience as a whole. Do we have tools on the website that aren't receiving the conversions that we're paying big price tags on? So it allows you to evaluate not only, the tools that are on your website, but also, what marketing channels are really working for you. That is totally dependent on your market and really the geo of the area that you're advertising in. So
a couple more questions here. Next one, what is the cost? I can field that one. So it's $5.99. There's no contract. It's month to month. If you'd like to sign a contract, there is a cost savings on that. The price does go down, but in addition to that, you actually also get a 50% discount on the cost of implementation, which is quite significant. And then if you have 5 or more dealerships in a group, there is a discount on that as well. Yeah, that is correct, per rooftop, Roberto. Yeah, $5.99 per rooftop. Next question here is, can you walk through the platform and show us how to use the data to make decisions on campaigns? We can. We're running tight on time. So my recommendation is, if you're a S-Media customer, is to contact your customer success manager. If you're not, email us here at sales@smedia.ca. And we'll set up a full demo with you, and we can actually go through and show you exactly how you can use the data to make those decisions. Because there are a lot of different parts in the DataSherpa reporting platform. And there are a lot of different ways to do that. Next question. I use DataSherpa for determining which channels are working, be it social, Facebook, Google, Bing ads. It's easy to monitor the performance and make budget adjustments where needed. Oh, well, thank you. That's good news. Glad to hear it.
Awesome.
Saw a raised hand there. If you type your question in, we can answer it. And I think there were a couple. Is the dashboard customizable?
So with regards to customization, we really focus on the department customization and then also the segmentation between hard and soft conversions. As Terry mentioned, measurement strategy is continual. So what we do is we work with you through the implementation process to help you define that measurement strategy and really define what measurements you're looking to track. From there, on a monthly basis, you get a conversation with one of our CSMs. One of the customer success team will allow you to make changes on the fly. So, say you get rid of a tool off your website, you make a website structure change, we can really adapt with that on the fly. As in our roadmap, some of the things that we are working on are advanced customization features. So keep an eye on your inbox for our product release notes. We will be kind of pushing those out. We typically do product releases about once a month.
The most important part about the customizable portion of DataSherpa is, of course, your goals and objectives. And at the beginning there, Jarrett showed how you get to choose what those are. And that's really, I think, the biggest advantage. 2 more questions here, lots of questions. How does this compare to other attribution tools on the market?
Yeah, I can take that one. So really what we focus on here is maintaining that measurement strategy. There are lots of attribution suites on the market. We do have, this is one platform of our overall suite. So as we mentioned before, we do have a performance dashboard as well that allow you to kind of work hand in hand. S-Media, we are working on consolidating our platforms into a unified experience. So you're going to see that kind of rolling out in Q1, where this will be allow you to, what we're looking at is more the action and analysis portions for Q4. So we are focusing on that and really, obviously looking at it through a lens, there's going to be lots of competitors. It's really just, finding the use cases and allowing you to really validate what you're working on. And, we always use the analogy of, as a marketing manager, it can be really tough. We build these overall strategies, we see market downturns, and the levers that we have to pull is either turn up marketing or pull it back. So what we hope to focus on is giving you more levers to really identify and have the data to have more data-driven conversations with stakeholders, owners, principals, GMs. And really what we're trying to do as well is allow you to produce insights across all departments. So.
We are almost out of time. There was one last question, which is hard versus soft conversion. If you can cover that real quickly, Jarrett, I think we'll wrap up.
Yeah, you bet. So hard and soft conversions, what is it? So when we look at the marketing funnel, soft conversions are typically going to be more engagement style conversions. So photo views, potential scroll depth, video views, click events, where hard conversions are going to be closest to sale. So, website leads, form fills, finance applications, really the ones that are the closest point to the sale. And typically those hard conversions will give you some sort of first party data on your customer that you as a dealership can then action on with your sales BDC teams.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jarrett. That was very insightful. I thank all of you for attending today. There will be a survey at the end. If you don't mind filling out, we would appreciate it. Contact us at sales@smedia.ca if you're not a customer and you're interested in any of our audits or a tour of DataSherpa where you can get more of those questions answered. If you are a customer, reach out to your customer success manager. Want to thank you for attending Attribution in Action webinar part 2. On behalf of S Media, have yourself an amazing week and close out October strong.